Agenda 2063, President Buhari reassures Nigeria's commitment to facilitating Africa's development.
That's why over the next 3 years, we plan to commit $55 billion in Africa.
Insistent attacks on INEC facilities, House commences public investigative hearing as police arrest PSN and APOP commanders.
The failed politicians are those who could not come back through any other political parties. And as far as they are concerned, let everything spoiled.
Alleged secret abortion in IDP camps. Chief of Defense Staff seeks further investigation by Human Rights.
Your visit and request has coincided with the resolve of the Commission to investigate the allegations in the Reuters report.
Hello and welcome to NTA Network News. We're live in Abuja with me, Jumma Yusuf. Adira Kamiakere joins us from Lagos. You can follow this news broadcast on our website nta.ng/live, NTA News Now, and all the social media platforms displayed on the screen. President Muhammadu Buhari has restated Nigeria's commitment towards accelerating efforts at ending conflict and consolidating the nexus between peace, security, good governance, and socio-economic development on the continent. Speaking at a high-level session on Agenda 2063 as part of the U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit, the president described as encouraging efforts at implementing the African Union's strategic vision for a peaceful and secure Africa. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports.
It is a high-level session on Agenda 2063 convened by President Joe Biden to declare total support of the United States for its blueprint aimed at building an integrated, prosperous and peaceful Africa as an indispensable global partner.
Nous appelons à la mobilisation.
Our hope is to build together this partnership on a more solid and confident nature for progress and shared prosperity for our people.
In his address, President Muhammadu Buhari expressed worry over the increasing, diverse and complex threats of climate change, terrorism, violent extremism, transnational organized crimes, and recently the unconstitutional changes of government in Africa. He said unless these negative developments that impact national, regional, and continental stability are effectively contained, efforts at achieving Agenda 2063 will remain a tall order. The president therefore tasked leaders to recommit themselves in unity and solidarity to uphold constitutionalism as well as embrace a multidimensional approach towards achieving peace, security and sustainable development in line with their strategic vision for the continent. While reiterating his commitment to credible, transparent and violence-free 2023 elections, President Buhari told his colleagues that no matter what gains they make without good governance anchored on free and fair elections, development efforts on the continent will remain futile and their citizenry would be worse off. Earlier in his opening address, President Joe Biden said the United States is committed to helping African countries access the financing they need towards building sustainable and inclusive economies as part of what he called the forward-looking 21st century partnership between the United States and Africa.
That's why over the next 3 years, we plan to commit $55 billion in Africa to advance the priorities we share and to support the Agenda 2063. That number represents a comprehensive commitment from the United States to invest in Africa's people, Africa's infrastructure, Africa's agriculture, Africa's health system, Africa's security, and more.
While announcing the full support of the United States to reforming the United Nations Security Council to include permanent representation for Africa, President Biden also invites the African Union to join the G20 as a permanent member. From Washington, D.C., Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Nigeria and Sun Africa LLC, the largest U.S. renewable energy company operating in Africa, have signed an implementation framework agreement for the construction of solar generation and battery energy storage power plants across the country. The $10 billion investment from the U.S. government is capable of generating up to 5,000 megawatts of electricity for consumers. Again, State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
The engineering, procurement and construction agreement was reached at the Business Forum as part of the U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit in Washington, D.C. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment Adebayo Ademi signed for Nigeria, while the Chief Executive Officer of the Sun Africa LLC, Adam Curtis, signed for the U.S. consortium in the presence of Amos Hochstein, President Joe Biden's Special Presidential Coordinator for Global Infrastructure and Investment Partnership. This is in furtherance of Nigeria's energy transition plan aimed at achieving 30 gigawatts of electricity by 2030, with renewable energy contributing 30% of the energy mix. The power project will be constructed in different phases across the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria and will provide electricity to more than 30 million consumers.
As a Nigerian, I cannot hide my excitement over this significant development. The U.S. government priority is being aligned with the Nigerian energy transition plan. 5,000 megawatts of electricity is big for our country. When you consider that current availability in homes and industry, it is somewhere in that region. So we think that this country has really clinched something that is quite significant. And Nigerians must be proud of what President Muhammadu Buhari has achieved on this trip. It will help to bring, as I said, not only safe, affordable electricity to our people, it will create jobs for Nigerians, it will transfer education and technology to our own country.
All the technical and financial due diligence for the first phase of the project have been completed for the first 5 selected locations, expected to commence in the first quarter of next year at a financing term of up to $2 billion. From Washington, D.C., Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has restated his administration's commitment towards ensuring citizens live a comfortable life. The president's assurance was contained in a message at the inauguration of the National Housing Project in Ilorin, Kwara State. Anthony Frossen reports.
My privilege and honor for Commissioner's Housing Estate on behalf of Mr. President.
Represented by the Information and Culture Minister, President Muhammadu Buhari said the housing project fits into the promises made while seeking Nigerians' mandate in 2015.
This is one of the projects undertaken by our government in phases since 2016. Our party, the All Progressive Congress (APC), sought a mandate to form the government in 2015. One of the things we promised was change. This housing estate is an example of the fulfillment of that promise of change.
The project, he maintained, has touched the lives of many Nigerians.
Of course, the progressive ideas of our government seek to achieve one primary objective, which is to improve the human condition. This housing estate has achieved that in many ways. The micro, small and medium-sized businesses who drive our economy were the ones who won the contracts to build these houses. Not only did the successful bids offer an opportunity for these companies and their employees, through them we have unleashed a value chain of economic activities that improved the conditions of the ordinary Nigerians.
The president added that the housing project will enable the federal government redeem its pledge to 22 Super Eagles who made the country proud in 1994 when they won the Nations Cup. Representative of the Minister of Works and Housing Babatunde Raji Fashola, while expressing gratitude to Kwara State government for providing the land, said the project has helped in changing the face of Ilori, the Kwara State capital.
There are many things to be said about this project, from its design to the economic and social impacts on the community. In terms of design, this project is the outcome of a national survey conducted by the Ministry of Works and Housing to find out the type of houses Nigerians desire.
Standing in for the Kwara State Governor is the State Commissioner for Housing, Aliyu Muhammad.
Bridging the housing deficit in the country, which is put at about 20 million units as of December 2018, is no doubt one of the cardinal objectives of the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. To that extent, this ceremony is another dream come true and the fulfillment of the APC's campaign promises to the people of Nigeria.
We are still expecting that more of it will still come. Inshallah, our arms are open, our doors are open, and we shall continue to appreciate you. We shall continue to give you every support that's required.
The National Housing Program, Phase 1 in Kwara State, consists of 76 housing units, roads, infrastructure, water provision, and electricity connection. In Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
To legislative matters now, Senate is reaffirming its commitment to the passage of legislations that will improve the security architecture of the nation. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, said this at a one-day public hearing on 6 interior-related bills. National Assembly correspondent Mobolaji Morimbiri reports.
Easy but not to engage to abandon national assignment. Perhaps this may be the last time the vice presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Kashim Shettima, may interface with stakeholders within the purview of the Senate Committee on Interior, with him as a chairman. 6 paramilitary-related bills seeking establishment and amendment were before the committee.
I assure you that your contributions will be painstakingly scrutinized and analyzed, as they will be treated with every sense of seriousness they deserve and reflected in our recommendations.
We are waiting for the outcome of this public hearing to pass these bills by the grace of God.
Interest groups made their submissions on the bills.
The board is in agreement with the proposed bill.
I, the Controller General of the Federal Fire Service, also agree with the board secretary.
The Commandant General and the entire members and staff of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps have thrown their full weight behind this bill.
We concord with this bill.
I am calling on this distinguished committee to allow us time to go and make our submissions and turn back.
The bills, when passed, seek to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the respective security agencies. From the National Assembly, Mobolaji Morimbiri, NTA News.
The President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari on the occasion of his 80th birthday. In a statement, Senator Lawan joins Nigerians and Buhari's admirers across the world in rejoicing with his family for reaching this milestone in good health, noting that as he approaches the end of his tenure on 29th May 2023, he can be rest assured that millions of Nigerians across the country genuinely appreciate his achievements in nation building. Similarly, the Speaker House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila has congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari on his 80th birthday, describing him as a beacon of hope whose footprints would remain indelible in the sands of time. Also, the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has sent his special congratulatory message to President Muhammadu Buhari on the occasion of his 80th birthday. In a statement, Tinubu hailed the president for his commitment to nation building and long years of patriotic service to the country. We'll pause for some messages. The news continues shortly. Do stay.
Oh, better days are coming. Better days that gives us hope and strength. To keep the hope alive, bring the spark back to all Nigerians.
It's a new dawn in Nigeria. Renewed hope beckons on our people. The silver lining dots the skies. The firmament portents a bright future as the people of Nigeria move to vote a man whom they have come to trust for the realization of their aspirations for a better Nigeria. That man is Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. He has been tested. He can be trusted. Vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as President of Nigeria 2023. Vote Kashim Shettima as Vice President. Vote APC. Surely with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the smiles are returning. We are close to home.
Bring the smiles back to all Nigerians.
Introducing an all-time mega offer. Get over 50% discount in the Airtel Home Broadband mega offer. Buy a router for just 10,000 naira and get up to 240 gigabyte or a MiFi for 5,000 naira and get up to 125 gigabyte bonus data. More data, more you. Reliable home broadband by Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC, in collaboration with the National Broadcast Commission NBC, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission ICPC, Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria ACON, and the Nigerian Police Force is hosting a stakeholders summit on political campaign financing and vote buying as we approach the 2023 general elections. Those invited to attend are the chairman of all political parties, candidates in the 2023 general elections, chief executive officers of broadcast stations, and the press. The summit is scheduled to hold on Monday, 19th December 2022. Venue: NAF Conference Center, Ahmadu Bello Way, Jabi, Abuja. Time: 10 a.m. prompt. Speakers at the summit are Chairman INEC, DG NBC, Executive Chairman EFCC, Chairman ICPC, DG ACON, and the Inspector General of Police. Balarebe Shehu Ilela, Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, Announcer.
My people, Manina Emeka, Mekus Kamat, let me get all this people. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when they get bust, then my eye open. I don't know that 419 will be. Now when EFCC bab, now they come bab me too. Now he make me, they warn you, all of them when they do business like me, where they carry big money, when I go, sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. Look at shine in my eye because the special control unit against money laundering, when they call school, they don't want to say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect them. If it pass 10 million naira for company, no collect them. Can I go where? Bank. If you don't do them like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen. Or they go suspend your license, or they go shut down for your hand. No talk say I no want you.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has fixed Monday 12th December 2022 to Sunday 22nd January 2023 as the dates for the collection of PVCs nationwide from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, including Saturdays and Sundays. All registrants who are yet to collect their PVCs or requested for transfer of registration, as well as those who applied for replacement of lost or damaged PVCs, can now visit INEC local government offices where they intend to vote to collect their PVCs. Collection of PVCs will be further extended to ward level for those who are unable to collect theirs at local government offices from Friday 6th to Sunday 15th January 2023. Thereafter, the exercise will be reverted to the local government offices of the INEC until Sunday 22nd January 2023. Remember, only those with PVC can vote on election day. Collect your PVC now to vote. It is your duty. This message is brought to you by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
And supported by the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP.
Thanks for joining us. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, wants the National Assembly to pass a resolution classifying the Commission's facilities as high security priority for maximum protection. At an investigative hearing convened by the House of Representatives over attacks on INEC facilities, the chairman stated that such attacks should not be allowed to continue to enable the Commission recover in good time for next year's general elections. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
This meeting is a follow-up to a motion from the House of Representatives which emanated due to concerns over attacks on facilities of Nigeria's electoral umpire. Between 2019 and 2022, the Commission has suffered 50 attacks in forms of arson and vandalism across 15 states of the Federation. The lawmakers described the attacks as orchestrated attempts to scuttle next year's elections. INEC analyzed them as acts of malice by anti-democratic forces, while the police accused criminal elements and disgruntled politicians as responsible.
Attacks on INEC offices and properties is not only a crime in this country, it is a threat to our democracy.
The assailants see INEC facilities as soft targets for misplaced anger for various reasons. And a further explanation of the attacks lies in the level of security protection for the offices we have nationwide.
In the southeast geopolitical zone, we have issues of secessionists, the IPOP and the ESN. The failed politicians are those who could not come back through any other political parties. And as far as they are concerned, let everything spoil. Let everything scatter.
The stakeholders believe collective efforts can bring such breach of security to its barest.
The best thing is to get this thing before it happened, to be proactive. INEC doesn't have any power to, power of police or power of DSS.
We have to come together and leverage on intelligence. So in our part, in civil defense, we regulate the private guards. So we want to leverage on their spread in the nation and then tap from them in terms of intelligence.
Nigerians too, the security agencies are not gods. They can't do it alone. These people that are doing these things live among human beings.
And as the countdown to the general election continue, just 70 days away, concluding work on the bill seeking to establish the National Electoral Offences Commission and Tribunal is seen as imperative to prosecute offenders and eliminate impunity in the election process. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Still talking security, Airborne State Police Command has recorded another feat, with the operatives of the command's tactical team arresting the commander of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in the state. Ijeoma Peter Nwate reports that a stolen Toyota Sienna bus was recovered from the hoodlums who engaged the team in a gun duel at Obegu Ishielu local government area of the state.
Briefing journalists at the Abuja State Police Command, the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Chris Anyanwu, said the breakthrough was possible following credible information gathered about the hoodlums and their hideout. He acknowledged the efforts of the command's tactical team, men of the Nkwegu Military Cantonment, Abakaliki, as well as the state DSS.
What we have here today is a complete bomb factory, the biggest so far recovered in the whole of the southeast. In fact, these IEDs are capable of destroying a very large building and doing a whole lot of massive killing.
Meanwhile, efforts to speak with the suspect Sunday, also known as Bongo, proved abortive, as the police said the suspect is helping the command to carry out further investigations. In Abakaliki, Ijeoma Peter Nwate, NTA News.
Now, Nigeria has pledged implementation of agreements at the United Nations Convention on Biodiversity, CBD 15th Conference of the Parties, COP15, ongoing in Montreal, Canada. World leaders converge to fashion out a post-2022 biodiversity framework to save nature from destruction. Onege Fineface reports.
As the world meets in Canada to formulate
a framework to conserve biodiversity, halt wildlife loss, and protect.
We need much greater clarity around how wealth resulting from rapid advances in genetic sequencing technologies and commercial applications will be shared equitably. Indigenous people and local communities must benefit from the advances based on plants and animals harvested from their territories.
Minister of Environment Mohammed Abdullahi says Nigeria continues to walk the talk, but demands financial commitments from developed countries to address biodiversity loss.
I wish to reiterate the readiness of the government of Nigeria to implement decisions that will be adopted at this meeting. We are leading the way with our sister ECOWAS nations. Our appeal for an ambitious global response to biodiversity crisis is urgent and focused.
Experts expect the conference to address sharing of genetic sequencing data for equitable access to related benefits. Onengiye Fine Face, NTA News.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabor, is urging the National Human Rights Commission to investigate the alleged secret abortion cell in the Northeast, as contained in a publication by Reuters. This was the focus of a high-power delegation from the Defense Headquarters to the National Human Rights Commission in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
For more than 10 years, the Nigerian military has been engaged in counter-insurgency operations in the Northeast, protecting lives and property. Through its non-kinetic operations, thousands of abducted victims were rescued, while repentant terrorists are being profiled for either prosecution or rehabilitation. Despite these tasking responsibilities, Reuters, an international media organization, recently attempted to smear the image of the Nigerian military by alleging that the force is running a systematic secret abortion outlet in the Northeast, eliminating the babies of terrorists and rescued victims.
We, the armed forces, we have codified our various operational rules and regulations, and in each of these, the tenets of international humanitarian law and other relevant laws have been well captured.
Your request today is in line with the determination of the Commission to investigate the allegations because of the human rights implications. Your visit and request has coincided with the resolve of the Commission to investigate the allegations in the Reuters report.
A recent visit to the Northeast by defense correspondents on a fact-finding mission shows that the allegation is baseless.
We are here in this clinic. We have never received any female that come to say that she want to remove her baby or any other abortion.
All rescued victims, including the children and families of terrorists, are accorded deserved.
Now, there is need to see greater technical cooperation between the International Maritime Organization and Nigeria to enhance the country's capacity to meet the increasing demands for maritime education and training. Minister of State for Transportation, Prince Ademola Adegoroye, stated this at the 2022 graduation ceremony of 233 cadets of Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Osun, Akwa Ibom State. Clement Barikio reports.
Out of the 233 cadets who graduated during the 2022 graduation ceremony, 139 of them received national diplomas, while 94 were awarded higher national diploma certificates in the different marine courses offered by the institution. Minister of State for Transportation, Prince Ademola Adegoroye, reiterated the commitment of the federal government in making the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Osun, maintain its status as the #1 maritime training institution in Africa and sued for more technical support from the International Maritime Organization to make it a degree awarding institution.
Support from the IMO to the Academy in securing the CW Convention required sea time on board foreign-going ships for our teaming cadets.
The maritime stakeholders have said it. We are all united in saying bravo Zulu, please keep up the good work.
I blocked leakages, and in 2 years we saved 2 billion naira
that would have been stolen. But without the anti-graft agencies, all of them, we can't achieve that.
20 cadets distinguished themselves in the course of their studies and were awarded prizes.
Before coming, I already set my target that no, I have to make this man proud for the sake of me and for the sake of every other seafarer outside there.
I really appreciate God that I'm able to see this day.
Goodwill messages came from stakeholders in the maritime sector, including the National Assembly Committees on Marine Transportation, Maritime Safety, Education and Administration. The Minister of State for Transportation later inaugurated the newly upgraded Margaret Orakusi Marine Exhibition Hall. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Acting Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps Dauda Alibiu is attributing gridlocks in parts of the country to impatience and flagrant disregard for traffic rules. This was his finding after patrolling the Abuja-Kaduna road, kickstarting the Operation Zero Tolerance to Crashes. Oyeyemi Ajayi has details.
The actual destination is Katari along Abuja-Kaduna road, with the aim of having an on-the-spot road assessment of activities of officers along the axis. This exercise is part of the Operation Zero Tolerance to road crashes on the highways to ensure safety during the Yuletide. But on our way, another call to duty as the team met gridlock at Suleja opposite Zuma Rock with motorists on a standstill. For over 2 hours, the acting Corps Marshal and his personnel remained undeterred, ensuring the road is clear.
Why we didn't give any punishment here really is we are not out to punish anybody. We are out to inspect and have an assessment before the full deployment, which has commenced yesterday. I want to appeal to all these forecast commercial activities by the highway.
Let's talk politics. The Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has inaugurated the APC Southeast Presidential Campaign Council in Owerri, Imo State. Beatrice Ayam reports that the governor tasked them on teamwork for the party.
Members of the All Progressives Congress APC Southeast Presidential Campaign Council are drawn from the 5 Southeast states. Governor Hope Uzodinma, while tasking them on grassroots campaign for all candidates of the party, describes the presidential candidate Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu as the right candidate with capacity to take Nigeria to the next level.
He worked for the political class. He worked for the masses. And it is time for us to work for him.
The APC presidential candidate, represented by the Secretary, APC Campaign Council, James Faleki, and other party stalwarts, advised the council to be good ambassadors of the party in their various states.
It's left for all of us. Give us our peace. We need continuity.
So we are set up to go and work. It's no tea party we accept. We are not going to play about it.
The governor also used the occasion to present campaign vehicles to each of the 27 local government areas of Imo State.
The Action Democratic Party ADP has unveiled its manifesto and inaugurated the party's presidential campaign council with a promise to deliver on its promises if opportune to govern Nigeria. Charles Alpha reports.
Build up to the unveiling and inauguration of the campaign council began with a walk of about 8 kilometers from the party secretariat, with faithful from states to the Unity Fountain in Abuja, where the party's presidential candidate and IPAC chairman Yabagi Yusuf Sani unveiled some of his plans on climate change security.
We are stepping forward because we believe we have what it takes. Who will you vote for as your president?
After unveiling his manifesto, Yabagi Sani inaugurated his campaign council with the former Ekiti governorship candidate Kemi Elebute Hale as the DG.
Our candidate is compassionate, honest, somebody that is dependable.
We are sure with the current mobilization, especially among the youth and women, we are sure that we are going to deliver.
The unveiling of manifestos and inauguration of the campaign team is coming 70 days to the election. Charles Alpha, NTA.
Osun State Governor has promised to run an inclusive, open and transparent government that will bring needed development to the state. Governor Adeleke stated this when he met with Osun State Traditional Council in Osogbo. Femi Afaragun completes the report.
Fathers to all, irrespective of political or religious ideology, their expression saying the governor in their midst was satisfying, a feat that has not happened in recent time in the state.
Inherited 8 outstanding loan facilities.
Governor Adeleke updated the Traditional Council about the financial status of Osun with a debt profile of 331 billion naira apart from arrears of salaries and pension. The governor assured the monarchs that the poor financial status would not deter him from keeping his campaign promises.
This event is postman of my pledge to Osun people to be transparent and run an open government. As I'm talking to you, I have a blueprint of my 100 days. It has begun in earnest.
The chairman of Osun State Traditional Council, Ooni of Ife, Oba Enitan Ogunwusi, believed the visit has given birth to a robust collaboration between the crown and the government.
We had a very positive meeting and it started well. We are very happy because he actually brought it to us. And we, the traditional rulers, we know what to do to actually push the effect of this and let them focus on governance.
The council proposed a quarterly meeting with the governor going forward. In Osogbo, Femi Afaragun, NTA News.
The Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association, Pengason, has urged security agencies, particularly the Nigerian Customs and Immigration charged with manning the nation's borders, to stop the high rate of smuggling of petroleum products across West African countries. Lydia Sampson reports that Pengason President Festus Osifo also called for the upgrading of various depots and storage facilities, especially those owned and operated by the NNPC Limited.
President Festus Osifo believes that to mitigate recurring fuel queues, making petroleum products accessible to all operators to lift cannot be compromised. The association decried what it called unapproved price hike in the country, despite still operating a subsidy regime for now. Festus Osifo says Pengason will continue its interventions to ensure government policies on the oil and gas industry benefits not only its members but also engender economic growth in the country.
Ostensibly called to address the implications of the numerous challenges confronting us as a nation and as an association, to work out modalities on how to effectively deploy the country's vast tapped and untapped natural and human resources for the overall benefit of the masses. Also, management of the nation's critical sector should henceforth not be politicized.
The association, which had used the platform to comment on prevailing national issues, called for the stoppage of pension for life for former governors and their deputies in some states, while the people are wallowing in poverty. He said Pengason viewed the recent clamor by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission to increase the salaries and allowances of top public office holders as insensitive. Osifo notes that it is more painful that many states are not paying the 30,000 national monthly minimum wage implemented in 2019. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
We'll take a break now. When we return, more news. Time now to join Adiola in Lagos for more on network news. Hello, Adiola.
Hello, Jumai. Good to see you. The genome editing project has been described as one that will support adapting to climate change, reduce poverty and sustainability of food systems. Annie Daniels reports that this was the crux of a two-day dialogue meeting on genome editing organized by African Union Development Agency New Partnership for Africa's Development Center of Excellence, ALDA NEPAD, in collaboration with the National Biotechnology Development Agency, NABDA, in Lagos.
The advent of COVID-19 brought to the world challenges that negatively impacted economic and social activities. Although governments of the world have introduced measures and programs to tackle such challenges, some persons and organizations still believe more needs to be done. This is why the African Union Development Agency Partnership for Africa's Development Center of Excellence, ALDA-NEPAD, in collaboration with the National Biotechnology Development Agency, NABDA, is fostering a broader understanding of the genome editing project.
So you go directly to the gene and modify what exactly is causing problem in terms of diseases, in terms of other aspects. Then you delete, add, or modify that particular function.
In 10 years' time, Africa will be self-sufficient in terms of food, in terms of agriculture, in terms of employment. We will be Africa that export food.
The project, they say, is already yielding positive results with 6 crops in the pipeline.
Cassava, yam, sweet potato, Irish potato, ginger, turmeric, cocoyam, and every root and tuber crops.
The technology of gene editing can also be used in medicine. It can also be used in medicine, and or not just in medicine alone, to also develop raw material for industries.
Agenda 2063 recognizes that technological advancements from biotechnological innovations in plant and animal breeding have the potential to advance continental agricultural sustainability goals and transform the African continent. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
Rather than continue with the trend of underutilizing local capacity in engineering, government must come up with the right framework that will see to the development of such capacity in order for Nigeria to bridge gaps in existing and emerging technologies. This, along with the need for Nigeria to enter into strategic partnership with other countries for joint manufacturing, are some of the consensus among speakers at a public forum organized by the Nigerian Academy of Engineers in Lagos. Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
It's said to be the engine of growth, which is reflected in the nation's GDP. This assertion draws credence from the 2021 ranking by the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, which puts Nigeria at 184th position in Production Capacity Index. As the leading think tank in the advancement of science, engineering and technology, the Nigerian Academy of Engineering is worried about these indices. This public forum is therefore to position engineering as the missing link in efforts to solve the nation's development challenges.
So the whole idea of local content has been on, but we want to even push it further beyond oil and gas to all the other sectors of the economy.
From the lead paper presented by the Senior Special Advisor on Industrialization to the President of the African Development Bank, Professor Banji Oyeyinka, to the one on flood mitigation by former President of Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, Kashim Ali, the forum not only reviewed the potential in Nigeria's engineering space, but also raised posers of where Nigeria is in future engineering.
What we should do is to promote the environment of engineers here, their children and those who are coming after, to be able to form companies and do business.
If you have a drainage system that is well constructed and is looking beautiful, even people want to keep it clean. But it's when there is none, then they now find that, oh, they are abandoned, so they drop whatever they do.
Issues of funding for research and development, system coordination, and development of local capacity are some of the concerns presented before the political class.
To study and come with solutions that will affect
The theme of the forum is engineering as the key facilitator of national development policies and strategies for the incoming administration. In Lagos, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
We're done with a contribution from Lagos. But do not forget that you can still follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. We'll take another breather. The news will continue with Juma in Abuja. After then, to stay.
It's emotion. Let's watch the game. Nigeria, Africa, and the world.
From all of us at Glow, we wish you joy unlimited.
The National Center for Women Development, Nigeria's foremost establishment for gender research, training, and documentation, is 30 years old. To celebrate this milestone, the center invites major stakeholders and the public to the first in the series of the 30th anniversary celebrations, holding as follows. Date, Saturday 17th December 2022. Venue, the Auditorium, National Center for Women Development, Central Area, opposite CBN, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Chief host, Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, Dame Pauline Talon. Convener, Director General NCWD, Dr. Asabi Bilita Bashir. Planning Committee, Announcer.
When we are asleep in the night, they are awake. When we are awake in the morning, they are still awake. In the bush, air, land, and sea. Every time, anytime, everywhere. They are our security forces. In season and out of season, standing in there for you and I. Standing in there for our nation to keep Nigeria safe. Let us always support them. Let us pray for them. Let us help them to serve us better, to serve the nation better. Let us support the federal government of Nigeria. Together, we can weather the storm. For vital information, call
091 35 90 4467.
In my family, everybody wants more.
Mom, knowledge!
I just want more of anything that is good for my family. That is why I use Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix. It's thick and gives my meals an appealing red color. It helps me cook delicious meals. And what's more, it's enriched with vitamins and fiber that are good for the body. What more could a mother want?
Please give me more.
Mommy, I want
It's time you try Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix because it's enriched with vitamins and fiber. Tasty Tom, for tasty meals good for you. Available in convenient sachets that are easy to open and easy to store.
Kids, grown-ups, it doesn't matter. Have a cup of peak chocolate anytime and enjoy the delicious nourishment of chocolatey goodness. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Every harmattan, he falls sick so frequently and misses school often. I keep him away from junk food.
He also feeds me apple. She said an apple a day keeps...
If you want to keep germs away, then use Dettol soap regularly. Germs and disease spread easily during harmattan. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
Do not like overconfident women. Don't touch me without my permission.
I'm a playful guy and I do get carried away sometimes.
You are selfish, manipulative, and you are a nasty. What have you done for me?
She called me Barry.
You
You say that now, but then when you see your mother, you start to act like you're a dead man dog.
You were supposed to be more careful.
Clearly not enough.
Thanks for joining us. Life is becoming better for retired civil servants in Gombe State as the Inua Yahya administration continues to offset the backlog of retirement benefits accrued over the years. with the release of 1.5 billion naira for the gratuity of retirees. Emmanuel Akila reports.
At the end of the month of May 2019, the arrears of gratuities owed retired civil servants in Gombe State is over 20 billion naira.
When I came in, I found a liability of 24 billion between the state and local governments in terms of gratuity.
By the end of 2019, a plan to begin offsetting the backlog was put in place and payment started. I am happy with the arrangement for the payment of gratuity. So far, over 4 billion naira has been paid. A sustainable gratuity payment scheme may be the way out for Gombe State.
So far, we paid for 3 years, which is about the numbers I was governor, and we are making effort to see that we streamline ourselves and align with the federal system so that we'll recover all and pay back all the backlogs and then put Gombe on the right pedestal through maybe contributory pension.
While plans are in the pipeline for payment of arrears of gratuities to local government retirees, the state government comes up with an empowerment program to improve the well-being of workers at the local government level. This is with a soft loan of 250 tricycles.
For us too, it's going to give us more income that we can use in taking care of ourselves and the extended family members and others.
The loan is expected to be paid back within 5 years. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
Katsina Emirate Council has appointed Ambassador Ahmed Rufai Abubakar as new Sultana of Katsina. The new Sultana will be turbaned on 31st December 2022 at the Emir's Palace in Katsina, to be presided by the Emir of Katsina, Alhaji Dr. Abdul Mimini Kabir Usman CFR, at the Emir's Palace at 10 a.m. Time now for business news with Musa Abubakar.
Thank you, Jume. Procurement professionals have attributed poor budget implementation to ineffective procurement practice and improper solution. They advocate professionalism.
The content and the main diet that is in budgeting is the concept of either goods, works and services that is reduced into monetary form that is played through the budget. And if you are not carrying out your procurement effectively and efficiently as expected, definitely the budget implementation will suffer. But we keep on training our people year in, year out.
To be a professional member through Institute of Purchasing, actually, you need to spend a minimum of 18 months.
Some contracts are being abandoned. Why? Some fake invoices are being presented to get that money.
This market trading on the floor of the stock market ended the week in a positive territory. The all-share index closing Friday's trading at 49,316.29 basis points. A total turnover of 103.7 million securities valued at 2.007 billion naira were traded in 3,280 deals, while market capitalization stands at 26.8 trillion naira. Zenith Bank Guarantee Trust Holding Company and Eco Bank Trust National Incorporated are the most traded stocks. And now the news continues after the break.
A third quarter in 20 years.
Now you can get a GoTV decoder, GoTV, and 1 month of GoTV Jolly for only 4,900 naira, and enjoy all the show-stopping games live from Qatar on GoTV.
They swore an oath to serve our fatherland and defend the people that traded their freedom
comfortable homes and mortgaged their lives on the battleground for our unity and peaceful living. These are the great, fearless, loyal and committed Nigerian armed forces who risked their lives courageously to safeguard our borders. But in the line of duty, many never returned. Nigerians, arise, let's celebrate our fallen heroes. Put on the remembrance emblem with pride to support the incapacitated and families of our fallen heroes.
The occasion gives cause for reflection and remind us of the sacrifice made by our armed forces in preserving the unity of the country.
All ministries, parastatals, religious and corporate bodies to donate generously to the Emblem Appeal Lunch. Send your donations to this account. Account name, Emblem Appeal Lunch. Account number 393-200-7526. EcoBank Nigeria PLC.
You're welcome back. The Director General Nigerian Television Authority, Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, has described late Salimotu Idowu Suleiman as a dedicated and obedient staff whose character is worthy of emulation. The DG made these remarks when he led the management to condole with the family of the deceased at their Chikakure home in Kubwa, Abuja. Onanze Yakubu reports.
Arrival at the family home of the late Salimota Idowu Suleiman, the management team of NTA was ushered into the compound. The Director General Nigerian Television Authority, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, expresses shock over the circumstances surrounding her death, describing it as a big loss to the NTA family.
We give thanks to Almighty Allah for the life she has lived, and of course the lives that she has impacted while she was alive. Based on the testimonies we had from her colleagues, and of course the management of the authority, the deceased is one individual that one can describe as humble, God-fearing, and very down to earth. For us in the NTA, it is a very, very big loss for us.
We sincerely appreciate this visit. Though it's never a visit that everyone would pray to her, but it's inevitable. Special prayer was offered for the repose of the soul of departed.
Her final
Until her death, the late Salimota Idowu Suleiman was a principal accountant with NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Onode Yakubu, NTA News.
May our soul rest in peace. The family of Owel Buchu Oyehide announces the death of Ezene Lolo Catherine Adogo Oyehide, age 80. She will be buried on Tuesday, 27 December 2022 at St. Peter's Catholic Church, Omonoho Amakohu, Ihete, Boma local government area of Imo State at 11 a.m. in the morning. She's survived by children, great-grandchildren, and amongst her children is Judith Chukwendo Okonkwo, an assistant manager with the NTA. 10 years in mind, the families of late Mrs. Patience Okoro Obare are celebrating their daughter who passed away on 16th December 2022. A Thanksgiving and memorial service will be held at the Apostolic Church number 37 Arausa Street on Sunday 18th December 2022 at 10 a.m. followed by a reception at the Caterham Event Center number 17 Upper Adesua Street, GRA, Benin City. And that's the news for now. Thank you so much for watching. I am Jummai Yusuf.